Hello and welcome to a special Thursday bonus episode of the Excel Still More podcast. I am still your host, Chris Emerson, and I am still here to encourage you with tips and strategies to help you grow in your walk with God and build stronger relationships. Every once in a while, I'll release a shorter episode like this to give you some extra encouragement. Thank you for joining in. Let's get started. Hey, I hope you're doing great today, and I hope that new introduction that I just recorded explained clearly for you what's going on. Maybe 2 seasons ago, I mentioned that occasionally throughout the year, I would record a shorter Thursday bonus episode, and to date, not including this one, I recorded a grand total of 1. It was pretty early on in that season, and I just never did it again. But I also have this one friend who really never lets me forget that. Jim Kirby is this great Christian friend of mine, and he usually texts me on Mondays after the episode releases to give me some feedback that I wish I would have known when I was recording it. But then every once in a while, he'll also text me on Thursday. And last week he said, "This is your bonus Thursday text. You know, Chris, like those bonus episodes you said you were going to make and you only made 1. So this week I said, challenge accepted. Bonus episode coming, and I'm committed to a few of them over the next couple of months. So just to be super clear, there are 2 main differences between the bonus episodes and the Monday releases. Number 1, they will not occur every week. Number 2, they are 10 minutes in length, which is actually really tough for me, but it does create a nice opportunity for me to talk to you about things that I'm thinking about or that I've read recently that maybe don't flesh out into a full episode, but still have had some direct impact on my life. And today's topic falls squarely in that category. I subscribe to a weekly email from James Clear. You can sign up for those at jamesclear.com. It always comes with 3 ideas from him, 2 quotes from others, and 1 question to consider for the week. And this week in particular, the question has really caught my attention, and I've started putting the answer into practice, and I know it's helped me, and I think it can help you also. So check this out today to get started. It's really 2 questions, but they tie together. Number 1, what is the most enjoyable 5-minute stretch of your day? So I really loved that question because I had to sit and think through a typical day. And what he's really asking is, what is one thing you do each day for a short period of time that really matters to you? It is super peaceful or fulfilling or helpful. I have a couple of challenges for you today with regard to that, but the first one is, do you think you can grab something right now? Maybe it's a time of Bible reading and prayer. Maybe it's a sip of coffee with someone you care about. Maybe it's a little podcast time. Maybe it's hanging out with your kids. Maybe it's watching the news before you go to bed. What are those wonderful little moments every day? Because here is the follow-up question. You've determined that most enjoyable 5-minute stretch of your day. So how could you lengthen it to 10? Now, as you go about working on this, you may think literally something that takes 5 minutes and then spending 5 more minutes on it. And in some ways, the title of the episode is leaning you in that direction, doubling the 5. But really more fundamentally, what you're being asked to do is find those little moments in each day that mean the most to you and stretch them out. Maybe it's something productive like a few jumping jacks, or taking a hot shower, or sitting down to plan out what you're going to do. If those things make you feel good, then let's do more of that. We're not talking about an hour a day. I'm not asking you to be overwhelmed with this idea that says, I have so much going on, I can't do more of the things that I love, my schedule is too full. We're just talking about taking a little 5-minute prayer, or 5 minutes of sitting on the back porch, listening to the birds, and just stretch it to 10. It is a small but significant victory. I can find time, just a little more time, in every day of my life to do more of what matters. I am totally convinced that in this new electronic smart device fast-paced world, we are constantly bouncing from one thing to the next. It is becoming very hard to sit and appreciate something amazing because there's just not much time to enjoy it. We've got to move on to the next thing. In that same James Clear email, he also included a quote from a Buddhist monk. And it relates in some ways to the question, which is kind of the way the emails are designed. Listen carefully to this. When you are a young person, you're like a young creek, and you meet many rocks, many obstacles and difficulties on your way. You hurry to get past these obstacles and get to the ocean. But as the creek moves down through the fields, it becomes larger and calmer, and it can enjoy the reflection of the sky. It's wonderful. You will arrive at the sea anyway, so just enjoy the journey. Enjoy the sunshine, the sunset, the moon, the birds, the trees, and the many beauties along the way. Taste every moment of your daily life. That's really just an artistic twist on the figure of speech, stop and smell the roses. And if smelling roses is a genuine smile moment in your day, then stand there a little longer. At the risk of putting a tune in your head that will be there all day long, this made me think of the old Alabama song. I'm in a hurry to get things done. I rush and rush until life's no fun. All I really gotta do is live and die. I'm in a hurry and don't know why. With a little age and experience, we ought to have a clearer vision of the true gifts and joys of each day, and the personal discipline, even on a small scale, of carving out the time that those things need to grow. So I've been working on this for the last couple of days, and here are my findings. Firstly, it was not that hard to identify those special moments. And I say that with an S on the end because it wasn't just one. I would say I really enjoy that quiet meditation time over the first cup of coffee. And then I would bounce to, I really enjoy the card games with the kids just before they lay down for bed. And before you know it, I had 5 things listed, which, by the way, is the extra challenge for you this weekend. The title of the episode is Doubling the 5, which initially means find that 5-minute thing you do and do it for 10. But I also want you to pick 5 different things. Great things. This should be a wonderful time for you, and double all of them. Secondly, it turned out not to be that hard to do. We're not talking about carving out an extra hour in your day. We're talking about 5 great minutes right here or 10 terrific minutes right there that give you this sense of having control over your life and using your time better. Maybe I got out of bed a few minutes earlier or left work a few minutes earlier or went to sleep a tad bit later. But I made those minutes count. And this relates to the last thing I would tell you, and I hope you get excited about it. It's become a little bit addicting to try to find those times and stretch them. And in order to make that work without adding a single ounce of stress in my day, because that would quite honestly defeat the purpose, I immediately started trimming unnecessary things. Because in truth, I don't just want 5 more minutes of some of this stuff. I want 20 more minutes. Now that the intentionality is there and the door is open to doubling the good stuff, I want to triple and quadruple it. So instantly, instinctively, less time on the cell phone, less time staring at the television, less time pounding the snooze button. And all of a sudden, what started with one moment on a small scale has become a big change. And that can happen for you. But it all starts so simply with doubling the 5. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed the program, please remember to share with your family and your friends. Also, you can go to excelstillmore.life to sign up for emails, order the 3-month journals, or just catch up on old episodes. So until next time, let me leave you with this. Whatever you choose to do today, in the name of the Lord Jesus, excel still more.